last Christmas when me and my partner split up, I went into a very bad area in my life. I got very depressed. I was suicidal. I was an Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was 14 years sober. And what my life was in a mess. But I'd met somebody called Jackie Robinson from Hope and from Cap, and I got very close to Jackie, and Jackie was a Christian. What drew me to Jackie was Jackie never talked to me about becoming a Christian. She told me she was a Christian, right? But she never pushed down my throat about going to church. Never. And Jackie one night shared her testimony with me, and that's all she ever did. Now, she knew me about a year before she even shared her testimony with me. And most Christians I meet, right away, they're on about Christ and they're down your throat. But Jackie wasn't. And when it became to May of this year, I was very depressed and suicidal. And I hadn't the guts to hang myself because a partner of mine had hung himself 7 years ago. And it was actually round about June. Some night in June, I hadn't seen Jackie for a long time, and I'd went to my brother's shop to talk to my brother. And I busted into tears to my brother and said I was in a bad way and I needed help. And I really needed help. And my brother said, look, you're going to have to start getting out of this year. You're going to have to start getting out and things. And something happened that day because I went to the house. I went to the house for the first time in 6 months. I did. And I had not the first time I had a shower in 6 months. I had a shower, but for the first time in 6 months, I took clothes out of my wardrobe, I ironed them, I put them on me, I dressed myself out, and I went out that night. And I banged into Jackie. And Jackie, I hadn't seen in months, and she was glad to see me, and I was glad to see her. And we hugged each other with that. And I knew the hug she gave me, she was glad to see me, and it meant so much to me. Because at this stage of my life, remember, I thought nobody loved me, nobody wanted me, and I wanted to die. And Jackie really was glad to see me. Things, and I told her I was very down, I was very depressed. I told her me and my partner had split up at Christmas, and I told her I just basically locked myself away. So we arranged to meet that Thursday night, and on that Thursday night she brought a girl with her from Cap, who I never liked. When I first met her, I didn't like her. And actually Jackie left me with her, and Jackie and Rosemary went to talk to somebody else. And this girl started talking to me, Susan, you called her, and I didn't like her. I thought she was judging me, texting Jackie, and Jackie said to me, and this was the first time ever, she said to me, do you want to go to church the night Susan's giving the talk? And I said yes, and I went to the church that night. I did, where Susan was giving the talk, and it was awesome what happened to me. All I did was cry the whole night. And all Jackie did, when most people see people crying, most people put their arms around them and people stop crying, but Jackie didn't put her arms around me. All Jackie did was kept rubbing my back and let me cry away. But them tears were not my tears. I just could not stop crying. But the next day they were going to a thing in Port Stewart, and I was invited to it. And it was actually quite funny because it took us 4 hours to get there, and it was only Port Stewart because Jackie's not very good with directions. She's not. And it took us 4 hours to get there with our sat nav. You have to put that bit in. I got to Port Stewart and I went to this church, and Susan did her talk. Still nothing happened to me as I thought. I was going on till her about my house was stinking, and she says, that's okay. This Wednesday night we'll come down and we'll help you to clean your house. I said, right, okay. So they come down that Wednesday night, and we done Jackie brought a chicken curry, a pot of curry with her and rice. We sat and we had curry and rice, and we cleaned the downstairs of my house, and it was spotless and it was lovely. And we had some fellowship, and we done some singing and worshipping and different things. Still nothing was happening to me, I would have told you, you know. So the next Wednesday night, Jackie came back again to do the upstairs of the house, but there was a guy saved in my house that night, right, who had come along with Jackie, right? And it got me thinking. Friday night, the 3rd of July, I'll never forget it to the day God calls me, because I was sitting on the internet, I was on the internet, and I was popping in Christian songs. And there's a song I'll never forget to the day God calls me, and it's Jesus, Take Me As I Am. And I was sitting listening to Jesus, Take Me As I Am, and something happened to me. I started roaring and crying, and I just said, God, please, will you come into my life? Was, I'm sorry for all I did, and I need you, and I need help. Please, will you come into my life? And I did that, and I phoned Jackie, and I arranged to meet her that night. So I started to go to churches to find a church, and then through going to church, I knew I needed help with finance, so she put me in touch with Cap, and this is how I met Brian. Since I've met Brian in Cap a few weeks ago, I have a budget set up. I have, which hopefully I'll be able to stick by, God willing, and I'm sticking by at the minute. And the debt I had and the finance I had has been sorted as far as I'm concerned. Now, it hasn't been, but it has been as far as I'm concerned. Because as far as I'm concerned, this money's been taken out of my money every week and kept stealing with it. And the day I've just been told there was a debt with CSL Solutions, which was never a debt, and I sorted it out myself, and they were still torturing me. So I brought this to Brian, and Brian's just told me the day that it's sorted, and I'll not be hearing from them again. And it's brilliant that I'm able to go into my house. Hopefully, if Brian says has happened, which has happened, I'll be able to go into my house. And be able to answer my phone with no fear, and that's magnificent that I'm able. And Jesus, take me as I am, because I can come no other way.